W, we learned also this month, also controls the sound of vowels. So when you have a WOR, it's not going to say or. It's going to say were. I didn't make the rules. As in word, world, worth, worship. Do you see all those examples? That WOR is spelling were. This has just a very few exceptions, but for the most part, when you hear were, you might be tempted to spell it WER or I mean, there are 3 different graphemes that can spell the sound, 4 actually. But now you know that even OR can say and AR can also say but we won't talk about that one right now. Right now we're focusing on when you hear were, you're going to spell it WOR versus the word were. Just throwing that out there. The word were is spelled differently. That's one of those little exceptions. But when it's part of a longer word, like worthy, it's probably going to be spelled WOR. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to start our spelling, and then I'm going to tell you just a little bit more about why we needed to know about that L being a vowel sound. Get ready for some good stuff today. All right, so let me just give you an example here. If I wanted to spell the real word word, it would be it would be d. Now, do you remember that I said every word, or every syllable rather, has to have a vowel, letter, and a vowel sound? Now, L can be a vowel sound, as in the word apple. This syllable has to have a vowel sound. The P isn't the vowel sound, it's air, it's p, there's no sound at all. This E is silent, it's not, there's no sound at all. The L is the vowel sound. The E is the vowel letter. Every syllable has to have a vowel sound and a vowel letter. Now for the word word, well, let me just finish what I was telling you here. So L can be a vowel, so can R. R can act as a vowel sound too, which is what's happening in this word. So here's our consonants, W, D. Now we can't spell it just like that, even though that R is the vowel sound, because R's can be vowel sounds, or they can act as a vowel sound. It also has to have a vowel letter, and that's what that O is doing there. Okay, so WOR is spelling were in this word, and this OR is getting only one line, and it's also getting a dot for the vowel sound, because lines represent sounds. Are you with me? Are you with me so far? All right, so now we can spell our nonsense word. Our first one together is batward. Batward. We have B, A, T, W, D. Consonants. B, A, T, W, D. Vowels. A. A spells the A sound. As long as it has 2 consonants after it, it can make a short sound right there just fine. Now here is an sound after a W. Is spelled O-R. After a W is spelled O-R. English. I mean, they could have chose that. They could have chose that. They could have chose that because all of those say anyway, but no. They had to choose OR. I wish I could have a little talk with the word makers. I mean, a lot of it goes back to just Old English and words that we borrow from other languages. We're a hodgepodge of reading rules and spelling patterns, but we're making sense out of all of them. That's why we're here in this class, so that we can learn what's going on in these words so that they make sense and they're not just this crazy spelling that most people don't know the reason behind, but now you do. Your word without me is Tipworth. Tipworth. T-I-P-W-O-R-T-H. Tipworth. Go for it. Tipworth. So it's hard to tell if I'm saying an F or a TH at the end. I know because of my mic. It's the TH. Those two sounds are very similar. That's the TH. Tipworth. My tongue is going between my teeth and I'm blowing. Tipworth. Feel free to change your answer. Nothing's permanent. Yeah, good. There you go. Good, Cameron. Tipworth. Nice, Taryn. Good, Sheldon. Julie, can I see your Tipworth? There it is. Thank you. Nice, Mia. Good, Daryl. Okay, so our consonants are T, I, P, W, R, Th. So our I, everybody knew was spelled with an I. R after a W is spelled O-R. Now, I don't know if you knew that before this. Most people don't know that R after a W is spelled O-R. So if this is your first time in hearing that, and if this is your first time in learning and applying that learning to a nonsense word that you'd never spelled before in your life, well done. You got it right on the first try, and I'm looking on the answers, and every single person got this part correct. That's the new part. That's the hard part. And you all got it right on the first try. Fast learners. Next, cotwordy. Cotwordy together. K-A-T-W-R-D-E. Consonants. K-A-T-W-R-D-E. Ah can be spelled with an A, but only sometimes, like if the letter before it is a W or the letter after it is a W, and about 6 or 7 other instances, which don't happen here. So we're going to use the most common spelling for ah, which is an O. And it can make it short sound here because of those 2 consonants after it. Cotwordy. After a W is spelled O-R. After a W is spelled O-R. And then E at the end of longer words is usually spelled with a Y. Your word is gatwormy. Gatwormy. G-A-T-W-R-M-E. Gatwormy. Gatwormy. Yeah, good, Cameron. Nice, Taryn. Gatwormy. Yes, Julie. Gatwormy. Nice, Rowan. Beautiful. Nice, Daryl. Good, everyone. Yeah, good job, Sheldon. So our consonants are G, A, T, W, R, M, E. A is spelled with an A, always. As long as there's 2 consonants after it, it can be an A right there. After a W is spelled O-R. That's our spelling hack for the day. E at the end of a longer word is usually spelled with a Y. Gatwormy. All right. Next one together, and then I'm going to send you off on your own. This word is klepeworm. Klepeworm. We have K-L-E-P-E-W-R-M. Klepeworm. Consonants. K-L-E-P-E-W-R-M. Vowels. E. This E right here is going to be spelled with an E. Keep in mind that E and I are super similar sounds. It just has to, you have to base the difference on the mouth shape. This is E, your mouth is open. This is I, your mouth is narrow and stretched. E, I, E, I. This is klep, I. Now let me just stop here for a second, because can that E say E? E says E, as long as there are 2 consonants after it, and there's not here. So that would force that E to say E. If there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors down, that E would say E. I don't want it to say E, I want it to say E. Is a short vowel sound. Short vowel sounds require 2 consonants after them. If there's not 2, make 2 by doubling the next letter. Now we can say eh. This I does not need 2 consonants after it to make it short sound because I's are special. When they're in the middle syllable, they can say their short sound without 2 consonants after them. I is the only letter that can do that. After a W is spelled O-R. There is our reading hack for the day. So this is the part that I want you to focus on for your word here, making sure that your short vowel has 2 consonants after it. Your word is dresseword. 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 Take your time. Beautiful. Dresseword. Well done. You guys must feel like good spellers. You just must. These are some complicated words with some complicated rules, and you are nailing it. You've never spelled these words before in your life, but you knew how. Dresseword. Beautiful. Well done, everyone. So the first, this sound right here, I want it to be eh, like exit, elbow, Edward, eh, versus this one is I. Dress, I, word, d at the end. All right, consonants. D, r, e, s, I, w, r, d. I want this E to spell the S sound, but in order for it to make that short sound, it has to have 2 consonants after it. If there's not 2, I make 2 by doubling the next letter. Now I can say eh. I can be spelled with an I, and it can make its short sound even without 2 consonants after it because it's special. I can say I in the middle, even without 2 consonants after it. That's called the confident rule. After a W is spelled O-R. Those are 3 kind of complicated spelling patterns that you knew how to apply. Well done. Very good, Mia. Okay. Try the word worthimpy. Now I'm making a TH sound in the middle. Worthimpy. Worthimpy. I'm going to give you that. I-m-p-e. Worthimpy. Worthimpy. That was fast. Good. Nice. Spelling seems easy for you guys now. That's fun. You're good spellers. Worthimpy. Somebody just had to teach you the Y of the words, huh? That's all you needed. Worthimpy. So Rowan, here is worth. Here is im. And here is p. So earth, im, p. Worthimpy. I can't spell anything in the real world. Cameron, you're going to love the last quarter of the year when we only do real words. And I'm going to throw the hardest real words that I could possibly find at you for the last 3 months of the year. And then we're going to talk about the the spelling patterns that you've been learning all year long, what's happening inside each one, so that pretty soon those real words will also be accessible. You're going to love it. That starts in October. All right, so this one was a little bit tricky for a lot of people. Let's break it down. So we have w, r, th, I, m, p, e. Here is that after a W that's spelled O-R. I right here is spelled with an I. E at the end is spelled with an E. Y, I mean. So we have worthimpy. 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 Well done. I'm going to step it back just a touch, and let's do a more of a medium one, less of a difficult one. Try the word worship. Worship. Sh, I, p. Worship. I still am missing my I's and E's. You are not alone. You're not alone, Mia, because so many people have a hard time hearing the difference between the I and the E. It just takes a lot of phonemic awareness development, which we do at the beginning of class. So just keep coming. It will get better and better, but it's hard. Those two sounds are really hard to know the difference between. Our word is worship. Yeah, good. Worship. Worship. Rowan, can I see your worship, please, my friend? Worship. Nice. Worship. So we have a w, sh, I, p. Now what says after a W? That's our OR. After a W is spelled OR. After a W is spelled OR. Let me throw out some more examples for you here. Word, worth, world, worthy. It's easy to hear when it's at the beginning like that. So we have were in word, were in worth, were in world, were in worthy, all spelled W-O-R. Okay, worship. I is spelling that I sound right there. So there's worship. Okay, let's do one more here before I have to let you go. Can you please spell for me the word clipworm? Clip, I like itchy, clipworm. 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 Yeah, good. You've got it. You guys have got this. Clipworm. This is the last thing that we're going to learn about W and R control vowels. For the next few lessons, we're just going to be reviewing. Lots of reviews, so it gets nice and tucked into our long-term memory. Beautiful. Good. So our consonants are, Rowan, I love that you got that W-R-O-R right there. We have k, o, I, p, w, m. I, like itchy, is spelled with an I. After a W is spelled O-R. Every single person got this part, which was the most important part for today. So you learned a lot today, huh? You learned that after a W is spelled O-R. You learned that every syllable has to have not only a vowel letter, but a vowel sound, and sometimes those can be two totally different things in the same syllable. And you learned that sometimes L and R can act as a vowel sound. That is pretty exclusive knowledge that I would say less than 1% of the population knows, if I'm going to be honest. So welcome to the word club. It's a fun club to be in. All right, hopefully I will see you over in the reading class in just a minute. If not, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.